Good morning to you. Not 30 minutes ago, I was woken by lion. So I sat bolt upright, grabbed my camera that I always have next to me when sleeping. Doesn't matter where I am. Always a camera in case something happens during the night. Plugged in this guy, my trusty stereo microphone, and recorded this. The lion didn't call. You have to believe me. It did, promise you, woke me up. So there are lion here, which means there has to be standing water somewhere. It's 2024. That means 40 years that I've been exploring the world's most remote places in four-wheel drives, in association with the Overland Workshop. And suddenly a new sense of vigilance. You know, just because you don't hear them doesn't mean to say they're not around. The distance, he was probably, the lion call, he or she was probably 500 meters to a kilometer away in that direction, which is where most of the animals are. But I think what I'll do is I'm going to pack up. I have some, why don't I pack up and get out quite quickly and actually travel to where the lion, I believe the lion might be. You might get lucky, and because actually the way we're going back is that way and then north. I think I'll do that. Should we do that? What do you reckon? Yeah, okay, good. It's very easy making, you guys, it's great travelling with you because you always agree with me. It's amazing, actually. You never ever, no, let's do that. Never, really. Very great. I think that is a little bit of a benign insanity creeping in there. Hope I see some people sometime today. It could get worse. Well, the lions were in this area here, I reckon. About 600 meters from where I was camped. I don't see any. They were definitely here. But I reckon we chose a pretty cool campsite. I haven't seen any that I prefer to the one we had. I think we did well. Springbok. Small blackbirds. Oh, what a beautiful smell in the morning. It's gorgeous. Yeah, I can leave this now. Get back onto the... So the road is 140 kilometers of deep sand, twisty-turny. Those animals look very peaceful. Twisty-turny, thick sand, like the cut line we did the day before yesterday. Similar to that, but not a cut line. It's and then gravel. The rattle is still annoying me. I'm kind of getting used to it, but I need to find time to try and sort it out. The thing is that when the vehicle is stopped, I don't think about it, and I have nobody to help me pinpoint the rattle. It's somewhere in the awning or the awning mounting. I absolutely love this kind of Kalahari, the flat open grassland plains with trees. Lots and lots of camel thorn trees. Glory. About 3 hours after I left camp, I've arrived at the honour payment post. Normally these are not manned. And because I haven't had a chance to get local currency, I'm pleased to say that they also accept US dollars, which I am carrying. The 3 nights camping has cost me just 20. Right, now, which way to go? I've got a left and a right. My gut says left. The sleepy town of Zutswa in western Botswana. Population, my guess, 250. And you know what it's got? Its own cell phone tower. I lived in the UK 2.5 years, from 2013, and I can tell you that Botswana has a better cell phone network than the United Kingdom. There were times where I remember the high street in Droitwich, the vet had to have all of their phones, the staff members, all of their phones were stacked up against a window so that they could get signal. And the population of Droitwich it's a medium-sized town. 200! There isn't even any electricity here. Everything is run on solar power. And yet they've got a cell tower. It's not long and I'm in the town of Hukunsi. I first visited this town with my family in 2000. I'm feeling a bout of nostalgia coming on. Flashback time. I was here 24 years ago, almost exactly. This is the petrol station where we filled up. The G-Wagon was here, and the kids all gathered here, and they were drawing shapes in the sand here, talking about if a chicken was put in the circle, it wouldn't run out.
We find the convoy as we reach the town of Hukunsi in Botswana. In a town none of us have ever been to, we have a schedule to group the convoy before setting off into the wilderness.
Is there another Shell service station?
No, sir.
Did you see 2 vehicles here waiting for us? One with a trailer.
I see one Lulu and he has gone that side.
You've gone that side. Okay, well, we'll scout around town. The town is a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. Let's drive around and see if we can find them.
Thank you, Maun. Thank you. You want to take it? I'll give it to you, huh? You want?
Look at the feet.
Huh? Circle. Tom? Good?
That's true.
Wait, Thomas, don't touch.
Don't touch him.
Jonathan.
Now, please share with me what was supposed to happen, Charlotte.
Well, I think it's an old folklore that they say they think it's a snake and they won't move over the edge there, but bang goes the theory.
Hukunsi has changed utterly. It is grown to 20, 30 times the size. So I think because we're running a little late, we'll go on the way there and we'll find a pan, because we're kind of going through pan country.
Sure.
What do you reckon?
I reckon that's good.
Let's do that.
It means driving now for probably 2 hours, maybe 2.5. Let's fill up everything, water, fuel, the works.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we'll be in the middle of nowhere for the next 3 or 4 days.
Okay.
Right, we're going to Matsatleng Pan. I've got a GPS coordinate where we can find the cut line. So finding it is going to be a little difficult, so I'm going to ask the GPS to help me. Okay, go to... Still, it's 1/4 of a century. Good news! It looks like this road, which I thought was gravel, is tar. So I have to pump up my tyres. I'm using a system. It's a very, very clever system of that makes you automatically lose the tire cap when you take it off, because it's a really good system. Yeah, that's the system I'm using. I have gone with something that is not the traditional ARB double compressor. I suspect that this is even faster. So we're now at 2 bar. We're going to go up to 2.8. This is not connected. That is a preset system which eventually will wire to the car, and you can preset it and attach a pipe from each wheel. Just attach it, all four, press the button, it'll pump them all to the set pressure. So if the set pressure is for the front tires, then you can disconnect the front tires, set it to a higher pressure for the back tires, go again, and they'll do the back tires. 3 bar. So this one also is a beautiful, what's great about this system is that it too makes sure that you lose the dust cap. But this one is not quite as good as the other one, but it works. Right. So these are at 2 bar. We're now going to go up to 3.5. I've actually been wanting to find a system that is, I mean, the ARB double compressor is great. Good compressor, it's reliable, it's fast. This is faster, and I'll in the future be able to give you the details of this. It's a very clever product. I've been kind of wanting this product for ages because, you know, pressure presets, there's nothing new, and nobody has created a product where you can just turn up the pressure, press the button, it'll pump it up and it'll stop at that pressure. Nobody's doing that. They're doing lots of double, triple things, and they're all great, and you can deflate them, but set it, press a button, and it pumps and stops. Right, I look at that and I say, we're not quite 3.5, we're probably at 3. Let's see how good I am at judging pressure just by looking at it. Also believe, it's stopped. Why is it stopped? Good question. I don't know why it stopped. Let's have a look at the pressure. 3.5. This one is also beautiful in that it doesn't lose the tire cap, but it nails the top of your head with the max tracks. So it's possible that they've actually, because they didn't brief me on it. They briefed me on what it was supposed to do, but they didn't brief me on, because that stopped, didn't it? It stopped. It stopped at 3.5 bar. Right, trying to do things with 2 hands. What has happened here is that they haven't completed the installation, and this for me is very frustrating. They briefed me on the potential of the installation, didn't finish it, and now I actually don't know what I'm dealing with.
I really don't know. I wish they had actually briefed me properly.
Every couple of hours of every day I am reminded why it is vitally important to do a test trip with one's vehicle.
Why isn't it pumping? The fuse blew. That's why it stopped. The 150 amp fuse blew. Right. Cool, hey? That's fast. Pie in the travel buddy. Turned it on half an hour ago. Lunchtime. Lunch stop. 10 to 2. I will not be making it to Maun today. It's from here 524 kilometers from here. That's too far because it's the time. So I'm going to stop off somewhere near Gunsea. Some news. I am staying here at a lodge just outside Gunsea on my way to Maun, and for the first time in 4 days have had connection with the world, and I have learnt that, well, 2 major weather events, one in Dubai and the other one in Malawi, have changed everything. Dubai, Jeremy flying in. Malawi, the lodges are closed because of damage and extreme high water levels. This changes everything. The problem is this. I am about 200 kilometers south of Maun. Due to arrive in Maun yesterday was Jeremy. But because of the floods in Dubai, his flight was cancelled. In fact, hundreds of flights were cancelled. The disruption to international air travel is extraordinary. So he is in a queue of thousands of passengers trying to sort out his flight and trying to find his way to Maun. We were then going to drive towards the Zambia border and then into Malawi. So that's going to be delayed a bit. But that's not the end of it. Gwyn was flying in and arriving on today's Thursday, arriving on Sunday into Livingstone, which is southern Zambia. Trouble is, Malawi is underwater. Lake Malawi levels are beyond ordinary, and the lodges that we have booked have closed their doors to sort out the mess and repair the damage. So Malawi, at least 2 on the 2 main destinations in Malawi, have been cancelled. Oh, here comes my starter. Thank you, sir. Very, very much. Welcome. Very nice. Generally speaking, the standard of food at these lodges is very high. I used to run one with Gwyn. So,
excuse me, sir.
yes, sir.
How would you like your steak to be?
Medium.
Medium.
Medium. Thank you. So, timing-wise, everything's put out. If she catches her flights as they stand, she will sit doing nothing in Livingstone for 4 days. That's not fair. The other problem is that in order to do the brain damaged 2-day drive from Livingstone to South Luangwa, the prize is, it can't just be South Luangwa. The prize is also Lake Malawi. It's a worthy prize of such an extraordinarily challenging 2-day drive. And my suggestion is that, to both of them, is that if we can't do the lake, then why go all the way to Malawi? Why break our backs without the prize? So we're now sitting with a situation where Jeremy doesn't know when he's going to be able to fly in. Gwyn has to postpone her ticket, but she doesn't know postpone it to when. And I've got it easy. I'm going to be in Maun with 3, 4, 5 or so days, don't know, to just chill out and wait results. That's where we're standing right now. So our trip, as it was planned, is going to change. That's so much food I don't know what to do with it. The other part about this story, which is less pleasant, is that because we're not visiting Malawi, there's a possibility that Gwyn won't join us, and it'll just be Jeremy and myself doing our photography, filmmaking, storytelling, like we did in 2018. But now my challenge at this instant is to plan a feasible trip. If we cannot coordinate Gwyn coming in, that she might not come at all. But I now have the next 4 days, maybe 5, to do what I please in the area of Maun. What am I going to do? I don't know what I'm going to do. I am enjoying the editing of my Africa series probably more than I have done any series in such a long time, and I'm now at episode, on my edit bench, episode 9. This, I believe, is episode 5. If you would like to watch right now all the way to episode 9, and then I will be producing probably 2 episodes a week until the series concludes, and my guess is I will be 18 episodes in this Africa series. You can go and download them now from our video on demand platform. The link is in the description. And for those of you Patreons, of course, for you, it's free, as usual. Of course, these shows are made possible by Patreon support. So again, I'd like to encourage you, if you've been a fan of the channel, you're loving the channel, if I had to meet you on a trail somewhere, would you offer me a beer? I'm thinking you would. I'd like to ask you to buy me a beer a month. It doesn't take a lot of you to buy me a beer every month, and I can continue doing this. I promise you, because I don't have big sponsors, I rely on Patreon support to make these shows. So if you're enjoying them, I'd like you to give that a thought. Another project that I wanted to let you know about is those of you following the Africa series will be getting this. I think the last episode was the first taste of it. I have always made television shows, and when I've gone out on a big trip, I've kind of, in the back of my mind, is make a TV show. That has now changed because I have stopped seeking television rights to my shows, because it's a closed industry. And even the our Friends Crossing the Canning series, which was released 2 years ago, can you believe it? I couldn't get anybody to let alone watch the show. I couldn't actually get them to, I couldn't even crack the door to them recognize that I exist. It's a closed industry. So I thought, well, you know, you've tried that. It hasn't worked. It's not because of the quality of the work. It's, again, third time, closed industry. I love still photography, and I decided on this trip beforehand, buy some new equipment that would be very, very good at still photography. A couple of lenses, another camera, and now what I have created is a gallery. Any of these images you see on any of my shows that you would like to print for display in your home, in your, I don't know, submarine, hovercraft, whatever, I'm making them available. These are fine art prints, and the gallery is called ASPW.art. When you're enjoying the Africa series, every now and again I'll just post a picture, and I'm so excited about this new project because it's given me kind of this new reason for doing my trips. The reason is not just to bring it to you, but I needed something else to focus on. I will continue making my shows, but with this extra element, and that is shooting beautiful still images. Thank you for watching, everybody. As I said, the Africa series is something that I am just so thoroughly enjoying. The next episodes coming up now, 7, 8, and 9, are absolute crackers. And at risk of spoiler, I actually got chased out of my campsite by an elephant. Keep watching. See you next time.